Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Drew, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my opinions on the CV outbreak in America. But before I get started, please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and as always, you can leave your comments down below. And also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TalkWithMe36. Now let's get right into this video. A lot of you may not know this, but outside of America, a lot of countries are laughing at America, and it's not just because of the comments Trump made about injecting people with disinfectants or putting UV lights inside of people. I don't know if he's trying to, if he's trying to kill you before the CV does, but those are the comments that he made, and it's because of the slow response to the virus. That's why America is the laughing stock. In my opinion, I think a lot of countries, especially third world countries, who are right now showing America how it's supposed to be done, they were looking up to America to lead the way. America is supposed to be the leader, the richest country in the world, the most advanced. And yet, we have the most cases of the CV than any other country in the entire world because of a slow response. Now, is it a 100% the president's fault? Should he get blamed? I'll answer the second part. Yes, he should get blamed. I'm not necessarily saying that it would have prevented it from spreading in this country, but I think it might have slowed the spread of it. If they had acted on it early, it wouldn't have been that this bad that it's costing the country. It's putting the country more in debt, to be honest. It's putting the country more in debt, spending trillions of dollars to combat this thing. It's putting the country in more debt than if they had just started from the time they got that letter back in, I believe, when was the letter? December or early January, which Trump later claimed that he never read, but he didn't say that until 1 month after. And even after we got the first few cases of the CV in this country, he downplayed it. He called it a Democrat hoax to win the election and all this crazy stuff. And then he said it wasn't that serious. So he downplayed it instead of acting. Now, like I just mentioned, I don't think he would have completely stopped it from coming in this country, because even countries that acted before the virus even hit their country or before they got the first case, some countries already locked down their borders and they still got cases, but it's moving very slow. Now, from what they say now, this virus, I guess this virus was here from it could be early December, late November. It could have already been here, because they're saying, at least that's what they're saying, because they're doing the antibodies test, and the test could also tell how long you have had the virus, and they're going all the way back to last year. So this virus could have already been, or maybe it was already around. So I don't think they could have stopped it from already when it was already here. But from the time they got that letter, they should have acted. And is that waiting and playing it off is that's what has the country in the position it is in right now, going more in depth. I'm not upset that people are protesting, because everyone in this country has the right to protest. But I'm against the reasons for the protests. Some people just want to get their hair, their nails, and their feet done, and some just wants to run to the beach, which make absolutely no sense. But that's what people want to do. I don't know what you want your hair and nails done for. Where you going? Everything is closed. Everything is shut down. But the people who just want everything to open, they want to go back to work, basically. That's the ones I agree with. There are some people who are not getting any income. I seen an interview with a man and his wife. They have kids and no income. Their jobs, I believe his wife just had a baby, so she has no job. His job was deemed a non-essential job, so he couldn't go back to work. So he's not getting paid. Unemployment is giving him hell. I'm hearing there's a lot of issues with unemployment. Unemployment is broke. I mean, right now we have the highest cases of unemployment in the history of the country. It's the most in history from this one outbreak. It's causing a lot of people to be out of work. And I could completely understand when you don't have no way, no income or anything. I can imagine being in that position. Not to say I've never been unemployed. I've been unemployed. I've been homeless for over 2 years. I slept on trains, laundromats, fire escapes, abandoned buildings. So I know what it's like to be homeless, not having any income. And the only way I made my income was to go pack bags at a supermarket and all that stuff. But from what I'm seeing around here, the supermarkets, they're not even allowing backpackers because they're trying to keep that social distancing. So I could understand why some people want to go back to work because they don't know where the next meal is going to come from, how they're going to pay their rent and their mortgage. So some people, I completely understand why. In regards to social distancing, some of you might disagree with me, some of you will agree with me, and now I know some of you might hear what I have to say and say that I'm ignorant or I just don't care about somebody else's health, but that is not the case. I'm not trying to offend anyone or come off as this ignorant guy. I practice social distancing when I go outside. In the neighborhood I live in, I don't have no friends here. All my friends live in different places, far away from me, where I gotta travel. And I haven't even seen most of my friends in over a year. So I do practice social distancing because I just don't know anyone like that around here. I kind of think it's a waste of time. But let me explain why I think that. Because it just came out that the virus can reach 13 feet. There was an article. I saw it on the news and I read about it before I saw it on the news. That this virus can travel to 13 feet away from the infected person. So with that being said, why are you enforcing 6 feet if 6 feet is not really doing anything? Then they're saying even if you have your face covering on, it can come through your eyes. It can enter from through your eyes. And in all honesty, I don't think they truly know how this virus really spreads and how it works. I don't think I've said this many times before. I don't think the numbers reflect spreading. It just reflects already spread. Because by the time they got their first case, from what they're saying themselves in the new report, it was here from since last year, and no one knew anything because China, of course, was keeping everything under wraps. They didn't want no one to know. They did silence anyone who spoke up. With it being here for that long, no one knew. So I don't think these numbers actually represent spread, and I think it represents already spread. That's my opinion. And I've noticed that the cops have slacked up on telling people to disband or whatever from each other to break it up. I've seen groups of young people outside, or sometimes young and old mixed up together outside in a bunch, and the police don't say anything to them. Because I don't know if it's because they heard the report that the 6 feet is not enough. So they just say, what the heck? If 6 feet is not enough, why am I enforcing it? And then they don't want to get infected themselves. When it comes to the masks, I don't wear my masks unless I'm going in the store or to the park or something like that. That's the only time I put the mask on. I have the mask on me when I don't put it on. Now, again, I'm not ignorant. I'm not trying to be a rebel or anything of the sort. I just can't breathe in those masks. I have a nasal issue where I only breathe through one nostril at a time, and with that, and then also myself with being fat, it's hard for me to breathe in there. And I'm not the only one that's like that. I have friends and fun and my brothers who say the same thing. They can't breathe in it. So they only wear the mask when they have to go in a store or something. If the store doesn't require it, they just going without it. Or the train, if they have to go on the train, they will put on the mask. When they have to put it on, they'll put it on. They don't have no issue putting it on. It's just that they can't breathe. in those things, and I feel I can't breathe in it. I can't breathe in it one bit. When it comes to this remote classes or homeschooling, whatever you want to call it, it sucks. Really, really hate it. My son hates it. My brother hates it. Everyone I know who have kids who's doing this, who has to do this remote learning, hates it. But my son keeps asking, when is school going to reopen? When is school going to reopen? Because honestly, he hates it because he's not with his friends. And for him, he needs that group setting. He needs to be, with his friends and the other kids, for him to really learn to focus. At home, he can't associate home with school. It's not the same for him. He doesn't want to do it. He said he's bored. He's yarning. He is rubbing his eyes. He's just like, it's hard to get him to focus. It's like feel like I'm doing his work for him because I have to guide him through everything. He can't do it. He refuses to call it school. Schoolwork or school. He calls it homework. And usually his homework is when he comes home from school. Homework is an hour, maybe 2 hours the most. For him to be spending the whole day at home doing this, all his toys, where his toys are and everything. He doesn't want to do that. Being that he's home and he has a lot of energy that he's not, able to disperse. He's not sleeping. He's going to sleep till 2, 3 in the morning. Even if I send him to bed at 9 o'clock, he's up till after 12 at night. He's not staying. He's not going to sleep. He has a lot of energy. He's just on the bed playing, jumping up and down here, and all kind of. Even if I go in there to put him to sleep, I will fall asleep before him. He will still be up. He's sleeping all the way till 11, 12 o'clock. One day he slept until 1 o'clock because he's bored out of his mind being inside the house. He's not able to, get rid of all of that built up energy. It really sucks. It really, really sucks. Now, this here is what pisses me off. I think these news channels need to stop with all of these TV doctors that is adding to the confusion and all the inaccuracies, or everyone making themselves seem like they know what they're talking about when they have no background, as no background dealing with infectious disease or anything like that. Like Dr. Oz, he's the number one pushing that hydroxychloroquine, if I'm saying it right. He's the main one. You got Dr. Phil as well. You have Dr. Drew. You have all of these TV doctors giving tons and tons of information that disease specialists are like, that's not true, or that no. And they have all the confidence in the world. Like they know what they're talking about. Like they know, especially Dr. Oz. I call him Meth Head Oz. Meth Head Oz. Because he seems like he's on some freaking type of drugs or something like that. This man swears his show is the number one headquarters with the most accurate CV updates. No, you're not. I seen an interview with one of these TV doctors, literally on Fox 5, talking about that the virus settles in the air and it can stay there for 1 to 2 days. But then on the CDC is saying that's not true. That's not true. They said the CV is too heavy to remain in the air. So it's like there's so much mixed messages, mixed information, missing, a lot of false information. Now, YouTube doesn't want you to mention the name of this outbreak because unless you're like the media or whatever, or a partner in the media, that's the only ones that they're allowing. They are suppressing anyone else. Like mine, most of my videos don't get seen. I don't know if it's just because it's suppressed, because my girl is subscribed to this channel, and when I post videos, she doesn't get any alerts whatsoever. It's because it's been so suppressed. and YouTube is doing it because they don't want all the false information or misinformation. But the media is already doing that by having all of these TV doctors on over and over again. I seen Dr. Phil on an interview talking. I believe it was on Extra on Fox. I'm not really sure. Don't hold me to that. And he was saying people don't understand that quarantine means you quarantine the people who don't have anything. And I'm like, what is he talking about? The definition of quarantine is you quarantine people who have the virus or come in contact with someone or come near to someone infected by the virus. That is the meaning of it. It don't mean that you quarantine the people who don't have it, but in this case, it's understandable why they want everyone to be locked in because they don't know who has it, and especially this country is not doing as much testing as some other countries are. I believe they said we are number 45 in when it comes to the testing, which is a shame. Which is a shame for the most advanced and the richest country in the world. We don't have enough tests to do what a lot of countries are doing. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy in its own right. They're adding to the confusion. That's why there was so much mixed messages. That's why these teenagers, these young kids, these young adults feel like they're invincible because you had the TV doctors come up putting that idea out that young folks would not get hit hard, and then you start seeing young folks getting hit hard. That's why they should have never came out and said that. You should know young people think that they're invincible, and you just adding them, you making them feel more secure in that thinking that hey, I might get it, but it's not gonna hurt me, and I'm not gonna get sick. I'm just gonna have a mild symptom. So that's why I don't think that they should have all of these TV doctors on, and then you have this meth head Oz talking about closing schools only saved 2 to 3% of lives. He didn't clarify if that was the whole country or just the school kids, but anyway, you put it with that's millions of lives. And see some might be okay with that. Who the hell would be okay with losing some kids to this goddamn CV? None of us. I don't think anyone. Whether I don't care if you fall on the far left, the far right, the far up, or the far down of the politics scale. Nobody wants to lose their kid. So he's just ridiculous. He needs to shut his mouth and just do his creepy show. That's it for this video. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification icon. Leave your comments down below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TalkWithMe36. This is Drew once again, and see you guys in the next video. Peace out.